How's it going, gamers? Chongo here, and today I've got a gameplay commentary for you guys. The gameplay is of the War Z, and the commentary topic is just going to be me talking about all the hate that War Z has been receiving pretty much over the last couple of days. So anyway, let's get into it. So I was going to make this video before the whole Steam thing happened, but then I waited a bit and obviously thought I should include that into parts of my commentary. But originally it was going to be me talking about, obviously, how I sort of like the War Z. I mean, it's getting all this hate, but to me, it feels like a really good game. Although the graphics aren't the best and sometimes the mechanics of the game are a bit buggy, I enjoy it, and yeah, it's something I like to play. I mean, like, lots of people like to compare it straight away to DayZ, and my experiences with DayZ were just horrible. Like, compared to playing this, yeah, DayZ just looks like complete crap to playing this, to me anyway. I know some people obviously have different experiences with games, but the majority of the time whenever I play DayZ, I would run into hackers multiple times. I have yet to run into a hacker in this game, even though I've heard of other people's experience with them. And also, just in DayZ, there was just so many more glitches than I found in this game. Like, a zombie standing still running in a spot, I don't find that as a glitch so much as when in DayZ, if you go to a certain town, the whole map stretches and you can't see anything. To me, that's a little bit bigger of a problem than a zombie glitching out or something along those lines. Now, originally, before it was pulled from Steam, which I'll get into shortly, there was basically an outcry for the game being only $15 and certain people paying more off the actual website. Now, the way I see that is, if you paid on the website, you paid to get the game earlier than everyone else by a couple of months, obviously, since it's only properly released yesterday or the day before. So it's something that's, you got the game early for 2 months, and like, I paid for the $50 package, and I'm fine with how much I paid for it, and I've played probably close to maybe 30 or 40 hours of this game, and I will continue to play it because I find it enjoyable. But it just seems that everyone sort of hated on it because the original prices of the game were $20, $30, and $50, and this included some in-game currency and yeah, all that kind of thing, whereas now it's back down to, on Steam before it was removed, I think it was only like $13 or $14. So I'm not sure when it relaunches on Steam if it's going to be $20 or back down to $15 or what price they're going to put on it. Now to fast forward to what's happened today, and basically Steam has stopped selling the War Z because on this product page they had listed a number of things incorrectly. Now, at first people launched this like basically against this, saying that this is fraud, they're trying to get people to buy the game for, you know, basically saying, oh, these are all the features we've got when they actually don't have it. Now, I think that's a really stupid argument because, I mean, how stupid could a developer be to try and do that, knowing that obviously Steam is going to pull your game and give refunds? They're not going to, like, do what they did to their customers and just leave them there and say, oh, too bad you bought it, you fell for it. So it would seem a stupid thing for a developer to go and do something like that. If they were going to do that, the time to do that would have been when War Z first came out and just charged everyone and not launched a game, but they didn't do that. So everyone's still thinking this is a scam. You know, you're a couple months late and that's sort of in the past now, and it isn't a scam. Now, the executive producer has replied to this and did an interview with PCGamer.com and basically said what went down, and what has been said makes a lot of sense. Obviously, to begin with, they copy and pasted what was already about the game from their site, and obviously on their site, like when it first came out, they didn't have upcoming features and all that kind of thing because when they launched it, they expected it to be out that time, but now they're sort of postponing some of these features while they iron out bugs with it. So obviously there were inaccuracies in the Steam site description. However, I don't really think everyone should be up in arms about it because the stuff that was left out, for example, was skills or, you know, having 300 square kilometers more in this world. And I mean, if you hop into the game and your only problem with it is it doesn't have skills for a zombie survival game, I don't think you're too far off, especially for something you only paid $13 for. It sounds like something that is a little bit extreme to be whinging about, and they did fix it up as fast as possible, so obviously, yeah, they stuffed up, but it just seems to me everyone seems to be jumping up and down saying, hey, look, they did this, they're trying to steal our money, when obviously that's not the case. So basically, this game does have a few problems, but I like it, and everyone seems to have gotten really up in arms about the Steam thing, whereas in my opinion, if you didn't do your own research on the game, that's semi your fault, even though there was a problem with the Steam site, obviously, with the about description of the game. It's just a shame there was a miscommunication and they couldn't get the upcoming features to begin with, because then obviously there wouldn't have been such a big problem, and I think it'll be interesting to see how many people actually request a refund for this game because of that reason, or if they got in there and they just said, no, I expected this to be the best game, like zombie survival game in the world, I'm just going to get a refund now. because it seems to me a lot of people expected this to be a really, really great game, and they're a little bit sad by the fact that it's not 100% finished yet. So anyway, this brings me to the end of my commentary on the War Z and the hate it's been receiving over the last couple of days. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a like, and if you've got any comments about, obviously, what's been happening with War Z, you should put that below, and if you want to join the Gamerhood, just subscribe. Anyway, I'll see you guys next time.